friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will study about cubital fossa. As you can see in the figure, cubital fossa is a triangular hollow structure which is present in front of the elbow. It is homologous with the popliteal fossa of the lower limb, which is situated on the back of the knee. Before going to the contents and boundaries, we will first see the floor of the cubital fossa. It is formed by the skin, superficial fascia containing some veins and nerves. The veins present in superficial fascia are, as you can see in the figure, the green color one is the cephalic vein. Blue color is the median cubital vein and the purple one is the basilic vein. Hence, the veins are median cubital vein, cephalic and basilic vein. Along with it, it also has some nerves, like the lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm, which is a branch of the musculocutaneous nerve, lies along with the cephalic vein, whereas the medial cutaneous nerve of forearm lies along with the basilic vein. Hence, remember one thing, that laterally you will find the cephalic vein and medially you will find the basilic vein. It will also have deep fascia and bicipital aponeurosis. Hence, roof is formed by the skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia and bicipital aponeurosis. After removing all these structures, we will find the two most important muscles of the cubital fossa, which are highlighted in green color. Laterally there is brachioradialis and medially there is pronator teres. Both the brachioradialis and pronator teres form the median and lateral boundaries. When both the muscles crosses each other, they form the apex of the cubital fossa. After removing the muscles, we find the two epicondyles of the humerus bone. An imaginary line joining both the epicondyles of the humerus bone is considered as the base of the cubital fossa. Coming on to the roof. The pink color highlighted muscles are the brachialis and the supinator muscle. Hence, brachialis and supinator forms the floor of the cubital fossa on which the contents rest. The contents of the cubital fossa are, first, the median nerve. The median nerve in cubital fossa give many branches to the muscles like flexor carpi radialis, flexor digitorum superficialis and palmalis longus. And then after, it passes between the two heads of the pronator teres and leaves the fossa. Hence, in the dissection, when you find a nerve between the superficial and deep head of the pronator teres, that is the median nerve. The second content of the cubital fossa is the termination of the brachial artery. The brachial artery in cubital fossa terminate and give its two most important branches, that is the ulnar and radial artery. The radial artery is small and more superficial than the ulnar artery. The third content of the cubital fossa is the biceps brachii tendon. And the fourth one is the radial nerve. The radial nerve in cubital fossa give its two most important branches. The one lying in front of the elbow is the superficial branch of the radial nerve, and the one lying posteriorly to the elbow is the posterior interosseous nerve, which is the branch of the radial nerve. Hence, the contents of the cubital fossa are median nerve, radial nerve, termination of brachial artery into radial and ulnar artery, and the tendon of biceps brachii. Clinical anatomy related to the cubital fossa. The cubital region is very important because it has the median cubital vein, which is often the vein of the choice for intravenous injections. It is also used for introducing cardiac catheters to get the sample of blood from various chambers of heart. The blood pressure is universally recorded by auscultating the brachial artery in front of the elbow, which is the content of the cubital fossa. Also, the anatomy of cubital fossa is very useful while dealing with the fractures around the elbow, like the supracondylar fracture of the humerus. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel.